Hey, Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings, and today we're going to do another video, of course. So this one is about very quick meetings, fated meetings. In astrology, you could think of them as like vertex meetings. When people hit your vertex, you tend to like run into them in like random ways, but you don't necessarily stay long term in each other's lives. You just kind of have these like very star-crossed or star-blessed kind of meetings, and then you go each other's separate ways, and you probably remember some kind of phrase or lesson or clue or something that they gave you for your soul path along the way. So that would be kind of the astrological representation, I would say, of this. But yes, for quick kind of fleeting meetings that you've had with people, what was the karmic connection, the soul connection in that meeting? Okay, we have luminaries as an option, bridge, libations, frog, moth, and heart. Go ahead and pick one of these, and I'll see you on your timestamp. Well, you can pick more than one, actually. You can pick for everybody. I don't know. All right, see you on your timestamp. All right, for those of you who chose luminaries, let's go ahead and see what is the karmic reason, the connection, the fated reason that you met this person, that you ran into this person, that you've been interacting with this person on that kind of limited, all of a sudden kind of scale. What's going on? Those who chose luminaries. 5 of Wands. So there could have been some kind of task that you guys had to perform together, something that needed to get done. And this could be many, many lifetimes this has happened, where you've had short interactions that were meant to like get your gears turning to get something done, because there's like tons of rams and lambs here. Sometimes you guys were straight up competition to each other, and other times you guys were more kind of just like gentle encouragement to get things going. Let's go. But see it here as if like this person, this ruler, called in 3 people, like a 3 of Pentacles situation, that they were all meant to work on a project together. So they all stimulate each other. Maybe they're like, okay, one of you architects is going to be able to move forward. Who's it going to be? So you seem to be called, oh my gosh, I wanted to say called, and I kept almost saying caught. So some of you, you're caught in this dynamic with this person, but it's really about trying to edge each other closer to like the best that you can be, the most talented and skilled that you can be, and push each other in ways that others can't. That's the thing about these kind of meetings is just that was so funny. Okay, so yes, you guys could have some way of really through competition or through tough teamwork, like tough love kind of teamwork, or even through something that could be rather humorous and slapstick, trying to push each other forward to grow better and to learn to be more self-owned competitors, I would say, because this is a Leo card and we have symbols of Aries all over it. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Bewitched, moon phases moving forward. So in the past, you guys could have even like someone bespelled the other one or something. You guys could have had moon signs that were in these zodiac signs here, Leo and Aries. And yeah, it's the energy of like, we don't want to be third parties to each other, and I just want to be happy. So I'm going to do this kind of spell work. Catch me if you can. I told y'all, you guys are always in some kind of like competition or race or something. Like, see you next lifetime, sucker. So one of you could have even done some kind of spell work or something that's like, you'll never reach me, I'll always be ahead of you. Like, but what it did is it put you guys in a continuum of needing to like compete, or having a certain amount of stubbornness or willpower that you guys like interact with each other in that way. So even if you were to end up dating or something like that, you would naturally be like a couple who competes with each other, who is always trying to like show the other one what you can do, look what I can do kind of vibe, pushing each other. Well, why don't you go for that job? Well, why don't you exercise more? Well, I can do this better than you. There's just this kind of energy that's there low key. But we do have that over the lifetimes. Maybe you guys have learned to calm down about it and you lean towards it in more of a happy way. So there can also be playful wrestling, interaction, kind of roasting each other, joking with each other, all of these kind of energies that's there as well. Okay, you guys might have strong lunar aspects, and it could have been that this connection came to be for sure because of the transit of the moon, or some kind of aspect transiting the moon at the time that you guys ran into each other and interacted with each other. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. Quite fun overall, and it looks like you're doing pretty good transmuting it into positive lens, at least compared to what it was in past lives. Okay, so go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, for those of you who chose bridge, let's see, what is the karmic connection here? What is the reason? What is the reason that you are interacting with this person? You guys ran into each other this lifetime, you know? You just happen to be on the same planet, same location at the same time, or whatever it is. Maybe it's even an online run-in, but why? What is the reason? Let's see. Four of Swords reversed. Okay, there could be healing that needs to happen in this connection, and so you guys connected for that reason. It could be here in past lives that one of you was the spiritual leader of the other one. Or just kind of around, if maybe you weren't the direct advisor, but you know, contributing to the spiritual search, the spiritual welfare or healing of the other person. And so you guys naturally would meet at this time. This could definitely be where you guys have some kind of interaction where one or both of you tends to give like an affirmation, a spiritual clue to the other one when you meet, right? So you know, sometimes, like, let's say you run into somebody in transit, public transit, or like something like that, and then they'll just start talking to you and they'll give you some, like, you know, like spiritual advice or world advice or something, and you're like, whoa, that really sticks with me. So for some of you, it could be a connection like that. You're like, yes, that's exactly what it was. But I do see here that maybe in the past and even now, for some of you, it's hard for you to hear that information. Maybe you feel like, well, I should be more advanced than they are, or why should I hear this from them? Or, I don't know, doing it that way, look, seems boring. You got bored AF here. You know, what's the point of that kind of vibe? We have greatest soulmate. So for some of you, this is your greatest soulmate. It's a big soul connection. In the past, you guys could have been very careless about this and not really, I don't know, for whatever reason, you weren't interested. Some of you with this person, you were very bored with romantic things, and you went and took some vows of like celibacy or spiritual vows instead of being in this connection and in this relationship. So that could still be here in the dynamic, right? I've said often, not everybody is going to have their big soulmate in their current connection in this current lifetime. A lot of times, you know, great soulmates will decide to be spirit guides for each other, all different kinds of things. So for you guys, there's this kind of dynamic that's there. You might have met this person and been like, wow, this is like a huge soul friend or a huge spiritual leader or soul wise for me, but we're not really going to interact that way this lifetime. We just sense that. We were just here to, like, hey, you know, we're in the same league this lifetime, you know, a high five, and then go each other's separate ways, but we're not going to be on the same team or something. You know, meaning, you know, like together on the same path. We're doing different things this lifetime is the energy here. And it does look like there's been some carelessness from one party in the past life with here. So we have someone just caring more about social connections, you know, kind of more shallow kind of things, more vanity. We have cheater here, so there could have been, you know, not really being the most loyal and respectful to the other party here. And then we have, you know, again, I'm bored, I don't really care about these things, this isn't what I want, and going and seeking other things. So these themes could have played out this lifetime too, where you guys had a big soul buzz kind of connection, but then this boredom, carelessness, not really like just putting any effort to make anything further happen, just kind of played out. And it does look like this is a cycle for you guys. So if one of you really tries to cling on and like make it happen, and we have to know each other in the physical, and we have to have lives that, you know, really intertwine, then the other's probably not really going to go for that, and they're going to really go towards something else. Like their spirit just feels very restless, and the other party will go towards like soul growth or something else. And sometimes it can be common that the greater soul connection that we have with somebody, the more people can actually take it for granted, right? You see that quite often when someone knows that they have like a really good partner, and well, this person's my soulmate, they're not going anywhere, and so they will be more careless in the way that they treat that person sometimes. So, well, whether it's intended or not, there can just be the vibe that, hey, we're always going to know each other in every lifetime. Like, what's the big deal? You know, let's just go explore different things. Hey, it was cool to see you and tap in because we're both on planet Earth, but like, let's go do other things, okay? I do feel this does feel like vertex energy for sure in astrology. So I do feel like if one person clings to the other person too much, it might not turn out so well. So if the other person's still in the energy where they want to like you know, like have kind of the fulfillment, maybe even like the ego stroke of like, wow, you know, electric connection for a minute and then leaving. Okay, so that's what I'm saying for this pile. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, for those who chose Libations, I just had to sip on my own tea, little honey lavender, before I came to your reading. Let's go ahead and see this connection. What's the karmic connection in this fleeted meeting? This quick connect that's happened. Okay, this little run-in. What is the connection here for those who chose Libations? What is the karmic connection here? Spiritual information and tea, let us know. Okay, we got, two cards. Sun card flew out and the Hermit card flew out. Well, definitely for this group, at one point, one of you was a single parent of the other. It's like a huge thing immediately coming out. You guys seem to have experienced lifetimes caring for each other in some kind of nurturing way. So, for example, one would be one of you having been the single parent of the other and really putting your whole life force into taking care of that child. But I also see like convalescence here. So I feel like there could have been lifetimes. It seems like that's been a big theme, like lifetimes of this person is not fully able to take care of themselves physically, so the other person takes care of them. Also nursing and old health as well. Influence reverse, there could have been times where there was addictions that needed to be healed, something like that, a dependency of medication. Maybe it was born of, you know, the necessity of that medication at that time, or it could have also been in other times it could have been there was even a codependency where your health was ill because of negative choices under the influence, things of that nature. Okay, yeah, it looks like you guys tend to not really get mad with each other or anything like that. It's like remembering there was definitely a nurturing aspect that came into this. There's a pitying aspect that you guys have for each other. You could pity each other and pity yourselves in this connection for sure. But with influence reverse, red flags, and toxic mess here, I definitely think there's been issues with different types of addictions and inebriations and things like that. So I would say that this is a connection. Maybe you guys even met when you were like, you know, raving or drunk or something again. But this is a connection that doesn't look like y'all should connect in that way, okay? Health being better is something that's like a major necessity in this group. I think that physically, if we're talking like incarnations, running into each other, soul contracts, things like that, physically it doesn't seem good for your guys' health necessarily when you guys connect. You tend to end up taking care of each other, one or the other. And there's been lifetimes where there's strong sensual connection as well when you guys have been, you know, dating and equal partners, that kind of thing. So you guys have had a variety of relationship dynamics over the ages. And you probably, it says you remember them here. So you both probably remember it, right? Or at least one of you strongly does. But yeah, there's a lot of caution here. You have caution here, even in opening up this connection, and maybe it's because for whatever reason, intentionally single, the Hermit reverse. Yeah, it looks like maybe some of these lifetimes you shouldn't have really been together. And it really distracted you from your other goals and things that you were supposed to be moving forward with. It reminds me of people who have like strong lunar or fourth house connections, meaning they want to nest, they want to be even codependent together or whatever. But if they have other like aspects that can be toxic and they don't have the soul growth with each other or individually, it ends up being like this really comfortable, messy kind of situation that's not the healthiest. And that's the dynamic here. Yeah, undecided exes. So some of you are definitely leaning more into like the romantic past that you've had with this person, and that could be why you're interested. But there have been other dynamics here as well, as we've seen, that really started and catapulted off the we have to nurture each other kind of thing. But it does say here, we have mad reverse, mean reverse. I don't think that you guys were ever like nasty to each other or abusive to each other. As far as like physically, I think it was more almost a over nurturing, over pitying, and that leading to really toxic habits that would occur. Okay. Um, yeah, being very stuck, not being able to move forward, corrosive, water energies, water dynamics. It's that fourth house, and saying, well, this is just us being chill. This is just us being comfortable. This is what we do, kind of vibe. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing. I would be careful of these dynamics if you do get to interact on a longer term with this person. And these could be some of the karmic reasons why your spirit, your higher self, theirs, and your spirit guides might be pushing you guys apart and not wanting you to have more than like a fated connection, because for whatever reason, we do develop really, really negative habits and patterns and not taking care of our health to the fullest, but kind of nursing it. So it's like a really weird cycle that happens. All right. So that's what I see. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you who chose frog, let's go ahead and see this karmic connection. What's up with the energies, the story, the history? What is this connection for this quick, fleeting meeting you've had with somebody? What's the soul stories here? Oh, we have Six of Pentacles reversed. So one of you could have left the other in lack. I also feel like for some of you, whoa, I just got like heebie-jeebies. For one of you, you have been a missing person, or they have been a missing person for you. So there's a longing, there's a missing, yeah. And then I just got a mother with a child reverse. Whoa, that just gave me like the biggest, like a haunted chills kind of vibe. Look, and I'm a medium, so I don't get heebie-jeebies for everything, okay? Yeah, 100%. 100%. So this could be one of the connections where definitely one of you has been the mother of the other and the other was a child. But I also did get the feeling of like a partner, like someone's partner disappearing, not being able to find them, not being able to know where they're at, trying to go do prayers for them, trying to track them, not really getting help. Maybe even feeling like it's so cruel of you. How could you disappear? Those feelings that people go through with loss. Okay. Wow. Wondering what happens. Yeah. Feeling mad. That's what I felt. Feeling mad. Trying to do even magic, prayers, something. Now before that, we do have a connection where we really nurtured each other. A lot of food and like cooking for each other. Maybe one of you actually worked in food, whether growing it, farming it, harvesting it, or cooking. A big enjoyment with food and kind of like wanting to caretake. Definitely this energy like, you're not strong enough, let me feed you, let me take care of you kind of vibe. Detox, healthy food. You need to eat healthy, you need to eat well. Let me nurture you. For some of you, you or they were a child that wasn't born. So you had been in the womb but not been born with the other person. So that was the loss that happened there, okay? Some of you, though, when one of you was the parent and the other one was the child, you could have been born maybe underweight or something of that nature. So there was always the energy of like, I want you to eat well. I want you to, eat for your health, eat for your strength, put some weight on, that kind of thing. Maybe a little nagging, because this is Queen of Pentacles reverse. These are earth energies. So it could have been earth signs on both sides, actually, with the Six of Pentacles, both sides of the scale. We have the moon here, could have been earth moons. Maybe that's some kind of contact you guys still have is with your earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo in your charts. But yeah, there was the vibe here of wanting to make sure that you would be healthy and live a long life, and having that fear of losing you, because this could have been a theme actually that it's happened in multiple lives. Some of you within this too, the child who wasn't born that the other one carried here, it happened more than once. So sometimes people will have like multiple miscarriages. It's like it was like the same soul, like you kept trying to come back like, no, I want you to be my parent, and whatever was happening for whatever dynamic, it happened multiple times. Okay, so you guys have a strong energy here. Talk it out. I was just gonna say, you guys could have a strong energy about abandonment, or like wanting to cling to the other person, not wanting to lose track of them. maybe that's why you're drawn to this reading. You're like afraid of like losing track of this person. Like, wait, where did they go? We, met. I just have to find them. Maybe you ran into them, out in public or something. You're traveling or something, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I just have to find this person again. Why can't I find them? You're trying to prevent being sad again. You're trying to prevent that loss that occurred in another lifetime. Okay. Yeah, it's like the wake up call of not having this connection, not being able to move forward. And I feel like some of these other lifetimes, it's like it was even trying to go out, find the signs, find the tracks, trying to literally, like, physically find out what happened to this person, and wanting to have a long lifetime where you guys are successful together, you see each other grow. So you guys could even have a dynamic that's like, whatever happens to you, as long as you're safe and healthy and successful, and I can see you, like, I know you're okay. I just want to know, like, where you are and what you're doing, and that you're okay, is the vibe here. Like, I'm not mad, I'm not trying to, I don't have to be your partner. So if you guys have that kind of healthy, like, I just want to know that you're alive and healthy. If you guys have that kind of connection and people are like, that doesn't make sense. So you have a crush on this person, but you're not trying to make sure that you're with them. You just want to make sure they're happy and healthy. That's weird. But this could be why, because to you, just seeing that person grow and thrive, or you being able to grow up with them, or, be like an adult and like just both of you be happy and healthy on the planet, is like a big deal. All right, so that's what I'm seeing. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, for those of you who chose the Moth card here, let's go ahead and see what is the karmic connection in this situation. This temporary meeting that you had, what was the soul buzz? Okay, I barely shuffled, but these just flew out. Whoa, it's the King of Wands and the King of Cups, and they just like cartwheeled out like, we are here, we have arrived, okay? So, all right, so we have the King of Cups. We have the King of Cups and the King of Wands here. And yes, let's go ahead and see what this connection was. It's so strange that they're just like cartwheel and bow here. We definitely have a strong soul connection here with this Ace of Cups being held, and with this like Akashic Records here, arms crossed. What is going on? Business and pleasure reversed. Friendship, no, not as much. Competing, yeah, it looks like you guys were expecting. Look at these crowns everywhere. So in this case, this could have been a lifetime where you actually were the champs or the leaders or perhaps even the rulers in something. That's not like every lifetime, right? Everyone wasn't automatically like a powerful king in every lifetime, but for this group, you guys definitely did have some power and some kind of leadership. And I'm cracking up at this face. He's like squinting. He's pursing his lips. I don't know about this. He's looking like, well, what the heck? Why I'm supposed to be the only king around here. So definitely we have some kind of competition going on. We have assessing each other when it comes to legacy, when it comes to goals. So there could have been athletic competition between you two as well. It doesn't look like we're friends, but it's interesting that friendship is on the table, but it's like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. So when you see those like movies where it's like people are rivals, but you can see on the outside how they could be friends. Like, you guys are kind of the same in certain ways, but they're like, nah, we're not gonna do that. Yes. Okay, let's get a few more. Truth. You guys were very truthful, very honest, very logical with each other. You knew it was like we're openly, not enemies, but we're openly kind of going for the same things. We're openly, it wasn't love. It's like, what is the competition? So you didn't have direct business or direct romance with this person, but you just kind of beefed. You're just like, this is my area, this is yours, this is my territory, that's yours, and I don't know if I like you. So we're just in competition. We don't have, our businesses aren't even in the same industry. We don't like the same romantic partner, but for whatever reason, we're just, it's like somebody who's a swimmer that has some kind of weird competition with someone who's a basketball player or something. Like, it's like a baseball player and a soccer player, but for whatever reason in their mind, like, we have competition and we're seeing like who is the most successful. We're counting each other's championships and rings. We're trying to see who's like the best leader, who builds up their life the best. We just competing with each other. That's what it is. One of you was more emotional, more water sign kind of based, Scorpio especially, but could be Cancer or Pisces. The other, you see the lions. The other was fire energy. Leo most likely, it could have been Aries or Sagittarius. And this is just the dynamic. Let's see what happened with this run in here. It keeps saying there was nothing. So people could have thought and like talked about, oh, you guys must have dated the same person or something. You guys must be competing. You know how people gossip. And I think that people just made it juicier than it was. And really, you guys never dated the same person. You weren't like trying to go after the same person or the same job or anything. You just weren't happy unless you were annoying each other and trying to compete with each other point blank, period. Okay, you could have just rubbed each other the wrong way. Here we have moon signs, so you guys also could have had like a water moon and a fire moon that just like was square and annoyed each other, and you just wanted to prove like, no, the way I am is the way that's the best. No, the way I am is the way that's the best. You're annoying, right? I'm gonna win this race. So yeah, your spirit crew really asks you, you know, how happy are you going to be around this person? Are you able to like actually enjoy your life, or are you like, oh, that person's also eating dinner and my dinner has to be better, but I lost my appetite, so I'm just so mad they're here, they're annoying, look at them eating their food, like I feel like there's no, you know how usually when you feel this way about someone, you do a reading to see why did we feel this way, like do we have a past life thing, but it's just like y'all have always been like this in your past life. There was like no origin story of why they just get under your skin and annoy you, but also like draw your attention, but you'll never admit that you're impressed with them the way that you probably should. So I don't know what y'all gonna do, but your spirit crew looks exhausted with y'all too. That's what I'm saying. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, for those of you who chose hearts, or heart, I guess more than one here. It says that and I drew it, so hearts. Let's go ahead and see what your karmic connection is, soul history, soul stories with this person that you have run into, and you're just wondering, what was that energy? What was that spark? What was that connection? Okay, what was going on? I'm definitely getting right away and just seeing some cards, so I'm shuffling too, that some of you, the connection is that they were there when you were born or when you died. So like, for example, a doctor who's there as you die, or a nurse who's there as you're born, a doula, something like that. So that could just, you know, that's very major life events here. So it could be that you had some kind of physical connection of when you were born or passing. This person was there, in at least one significant incarnation, or you were there for them. Yeah, the entering and exiting, because here we have changing of zodiac signs, you know, there's planetary changes, things like that. For a lot of you, it's going to be when you were passing. They happen to be there, be around in some kind of way. Some of you could have even passed together. We have the Three of Wands here, and we have a vehicle. We have the wheel here. So literally it could have been like, I was there when you passed away. Maybe we didn't even know each other, but we left the planet together. Or I was someone who rushed to the scene as you were passing or something. So you guys just have a big soul imprint from that energy. All right, so yes, we did get pregnancy card as well here, but reverse. So there's that. Some of you, it was upon arrival that this connection happened. But I feel like here there's definitely something with like car accident, vehicle accident, something of that nature. All right, yes. So I feel like this was a very quick transition that you guys either met each other, one of you coming into the world, or one or both of you leaving the world. It wasn't something that was overly thought about. It was a serious situation. Some of you, it's like this person helped deliver you to your parents, you know, passed you to them after you were born, and didn't even know your birth time, nothing, and just kept on moving in their life. But for whatever reason, there was a strong energy imprint or connection that was made. Of course, when moments like that happen, they were just here to help make sure you had life. So maybe they helped, you know, make sure that you were really healthy, breathing, and stable, and things of that nature. So there was some kind of connection there. And I'm even getting like where, you know, they suck things out of the baby's nose and out of their mouth and lungs, make sure they're breathing, everything is going okay, nothing is you know, wrong. Some of you, this person helped resuscitate you. When they tried to make sure that you were alive, or you did that to them. So we have a few different storylines that I'm seeing, because it is a general read. It can also be that you guys have had this theme several lifetimes for sure. Where it's like we always, even here we have we're in Pisces season right now, but we have two fish swimming in different directions, and Pisces ends the zodiac. So it's like one of us is coming into the world, one of us is leaving, or vice versa. And we tend to meet each other at the entry and exit points of each other's life. I also feel here where it could be saying it's no joke, like the blessing or the influence that you guys had upon each other. You do see each other as equal, so it could be that maybe one of you tried to help save the other one as they're passing away or ease their passing, and so then as like a gift, the next time you guys were coming into the world, the other of you like assisted their birth or something of that nature. So I do think this is an important connection. You don't overthink it too much, but you do help each other. Literally here we have entering and exiting a maze here, so you help each other figure out those dynamics for sure. Yeah, it's a very important, very high energy, very intense moments. You guys might even have some kind of Pluto contacts, but at the same time, I think it's very good, very healthy. There could have been for one of you where there could have been at least one lifetime where there was maybe an accident, like so maybe someone was so-called at fault, and so that was, but it was more like, oh, that was bad luck. It was unfortunate that we crashed into each other on our boats or in our cars or whatever, but it wasn't intentional. It wasn't trying to harm the other one or anything like that. But I feel like overall, it looks like although there could be like kind of a weird downswing right now with your guys' energy, I think overall you guys have a good soul history with each other, positive vibes, positive emotions that you have with each other. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye.